Hey, hi guys. I'm so glad to be here this morning. This is your girl again, Bola Tito Fatoki at Sped Every Day. It's really been a while, but I'll explain myself later. Um, you know, Today, like we do at Sped Every Day, helping our kids with exceptionalities, helping them with behavior, helping them with transitioning, helping them to be able to, achieve success and greater success in life as parents, educators, as friends, as families. And today, I'm going to be talking about creating relationship with children with exceptionalities. And I'm not going to be talking alone today. I have someone, but she's going to be on audio. Her name is Miss Case Cat. Miss Case Cat is an assistant principal in instructions, and she has a master's degree in secondary education and English, and she's about to complete her PhD in educational leadership. She's worked a lot with children with exceptionalities. She knows a lot about them, and one thing she's mostly focused about is building relationship with these kids. And I'm sure you're going to enjoy and learn a lot from Miss Case Cat today. Good morning, Miss Case Cat.
Good morning. Thanks so much for having me. I'm so glad to be here.
Thank you. I know my audience can see your face, but I'd like you to talk a little bit louder so they can hear you and learn a lot from you today. I know we're going to be talking about creating relationship with our kids with exceptionalities, which you always tell me that it's very, very important. So I would like to ask you today, Miss Keska, what is the importance of relationship, of building relationship with these children with exceptionalities?
These kids already feel like they're left out. They already feel like they don't belong. And most people, because we look at them and say, is something wrong with how they think? Is something wrong with how they behave? Then we try to treat them like little babies, and they don't want to be treated like babies. They want to be given an opportunity to develop a relationship with you that works for them. So when the adult sees them, instead of us pushing ourselves on them, we need to back up and let them come to us a little bit and make ourselves available. And then that allows them to know that the world is safe and that how they think and how they feel, it's okay for them to do that way. And then it allows them also to learn how to better create relationships with a bunch of different people.
Thank you, Miss Cat. But like you said, you're trying to explain that okay, we shouldn't push it. Don't treat them like babies. But I know for some parents, because the audience is full of people with little kids with disabilities, older kids, or even younger or older. So what if it's past the stage of trying to let them learn? Because I know you always talk about learning from when they're young, catching them young. So can this still be rectified as the grown adults? Can we still try to rectify that?
So, guys, when you're building relationships with the younger kids, it's almost easier because younger babies want to be hugged and loved and everything. So it's easier to build relationships with them. But when you get a child that's a little past that stage, like maybe a middle school student or even a high school student, that's when you have to step back and almost let the child or that young person come to you. You can't just run up on them and think, oh, well, they don't quite understand like we do, or they don't quite do it the way that another person does it, so I can just make them be my friend. I can make them have a relationship with me. That's when it's most critical. That's when it's most critical that you take the time to build the relationship, and most critical that you allow them to understand that you are on their side, that you want to help them, and that you want to guide them. And so that's why it's critical to take the time to figure out exactly where that person is in their growth, and then adjust your relationship building skills based on where they are so that you can help them move to a higher level.
Very interesting. Like there's something you said now, adjusting to the level of that child's growth, which is very important because truly, even as a teacher, I realized and I noticed that some kids, even though they're in the same classroom, their mental level, their maturity level is way past each other, or some can be lesser. And now what you're trying to tell us is that you need to understand. So it's not a matter of, oh, this child is 20, or this child is 30, or this child is 15. It still has to be the level of maturity and the level of growth to be able to deal with that child. Is that what you're saying, Miss Kat?
Exactly. That's exactly it, Ms. Fatoki. If you understand where that child is in their own personal development, and then as the person who is supposedly normal, the person that is supposedly all together, then you as the normal person can adjust to meet the needs of that person that is developmentally behind, either mentally or emotionally or maturity, excuse me. So then when you adjust, even if the child is 12, 20, 30, or 40, you adjust what you know to be correct to help that person grow to the next level.
Thank you. So another question I would like to ask you is that why is it so important to really take time to build relationship with this set of children?
Because these kids are already ostracized, they're put out. They already feel like they're not part of the general population. They already feel like the world is really not paying attention to them. So the more we build relationships with them and find them where they are at their level and talk with them and share with them and exchange and make them talk and share, the better they are able to grow to a higher level of exchange and interaction.
So what you're telling me now is that it's different. Building relationship with these kids is totally different from building with every other kid, because I know that I've had questions when parents are like, but it's still 2 years old, it's still in the same household, we do the same thing with his siblings all the time, and we try to go out for functions and this child is acting otherwise, and then it's kind of like, why is this child like, I know he's autistic, I know he has some emotional behavior, but can't he just see what we're trying to let him understand? We've been doing this and doing this and doing this with him. Can't he just get it? Is there anything you want to tell parents or educators about that kind of situation?
Be patient, because they think differently. Because they see it differently in their heads. They're not going to respond like you think that they should, or like another sibling should, or like another person would. And just because you're bringing them to functions all the time, have you ever considered that maybe that function, all of those people, all of those activities, maybe that's overwhelming to their sensibilities? Maybe they cannot handle that much action and interaction at one time. Maybe when you bring them to the function, maybe you should try having them in the corner where they can see everything but they're not in the middle of it. Maybe that would help them adjust their behavior. Or maybe they're just that particular exceptional child that does not need to be in the middle of a large amount of activity. So you got to find what works for that individual all the time in every situation. And they're not going to be the same, just like we're not the same in every situation. Sometimes we come to work and have a great day and want to talk to everybody, and sometimes we come to work, have a bad day, and don't want anybody around us. They're the same. They just don't have the ability to express it like we do.
Thank you so much, Ms. Kat. You know what, like I would always say, we need to know the child we're working with. We need to understand our child. If they're biological, we need to understand, even if you're families, we need to try and understand these kids, because, understanding them would help us to, help them better. And it's going to even ease us from stress, because most times I see struggling parents, and when you ask, and you realize that they're trying to force these kids to do otherwise, or to do what the parents really feel is the important thing or the right thing to do. So today, what I'll say, what a takeaway for me today is that do not force it. You need to understand and work with that child on that level. You need to be able to do things with that child on the level he or she is, and you need to be able to know when to pull back. Because, for example, I have a student that I won't want to do some kind of work, but you still want to get him to do it. So you need to know how to go the other way around. You need to understand what to use in enticing him to do that, if it's something that you really need that child to do. And then make sure you always put an activity or something the child enjoys in the midst of whatever thing you want the child to achieve. Again, I'll say thank you again, Ms. Kat. Do you have any advice for parents or educators right there?
I think my biggest advice would be take time. Let the children get to know you as the adult that is supposed to be helping them. Take your time. You don't have anything to rush. These children are not going anywhere, and they want to be loved. And when you take time to just let them know that you love them, that you are caring about them, that you're there, they will come to you and they will ask for you. They will ask to be involved with you. They want to share what they're thinking because they are thinking. They want to share what they've experienced. They want to tell you things. So take time. Let them know that you're going to be there and you're going to allow them to come to you. But be there, be consistent. Always say good morning. Always tell them how much you love them, that you're happy to see them. Let them know that they are part of your world and they will let you into theirs.
Thank you so much, Miss Kat. And to my audience, I want to say thanks for watching Sped Everyday today. And again, I would like to say, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Sped Everyday. You can check us out on Instagram, Sped Everyday. And also, you can email me at spedeveryday@gmail.com for your questions, concerns, or advice. You know, I always take that a lot. Thank you again. Thanks for watching. It's your girl again, Bola Tito Fatoki. Have a blessed day. Bye.